Hi everybody, it's Carol with Refunction Crafts, and I know I said I wasn't going to do any resin videos for a little bit, but I did get some of these butterflies from my friend Debbie over at Bird's Place, and I had actually run out of the ones I had. I don't know what happened, but they were gone. And I did have a couple that I wanted to do, and since I got these are actually a little bit different than the ones I had. But I love them. They're just as pretty, and so I thought what I wanted to do is I wanted to take this tape that I got from my friend Kareth, which I absolutely love, 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 love. And I wanted to make a couple of butterflies with it. And I was going to use a couple of them. I had this one out and I have this one out as well. But for right now, I'm just going to use this one with these colors in it, which is the first one that I showed you. And this one I'll do on another day. Because I want two that are in these colors. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to try and get through this relatively, what's the word I'm trying to, efficiently. And we'll see what happens. I wanted to show you guys too, I have these two salt and pepper shakers. Look at these. Aren't they beautiful? I have two of them. I got these from, actually, believe it or not, my father-in-law. And they were clear, and I went ahead and painted them white, and I'm going to do something really, really gorgeous with these. So that's going to be an upcoming video. So guys, stay tuned for that one because they're going to be really, really pretty. I've already got stuff set aside to do them with, and I cannot wait. Okay, so here's my quote for the day. And this is for all of you people that are struggling with things that are maybe not going right in your life right now. And this is just a reminder to all of you to hang in there and things will get better. Sometimes it just takes a little bit longer than other times. And, you know, I wish you all Godspeed in getting your trials and situations cleaned up and fixed up, and for all of you to be blessed and happy all the time, or as much as possible. We can't all be blessed and happy. We're all blessed every day, but we can't all be happy all of the time. So as much as you can be. Excuse me. I swallowed wrong. Okay, so this one says breathe. You're going to be okay. You've been here before. You've been this scared, uncomfortable, and anxious, and you've survived. Breathe and know you can survive this too. I know it all feels unbearable right now. Just breathe. Keep breathing. This too shall pass, I promise. And I think that is so very true. That we all, you know, go through our situations and things. And I know I've had to breathe through a whole lot of them myself. And, you know, I always wake up the next morning and I start over and I try again. And I hope that, you know, that day gets a little bit better. So, yeah, so you guys just keep breathing. Keep trying to think positively, and things will get better. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I had this one, and I was actually thinking that I would try putting this one on this butterfly just like that. It's a smaller butterfly, but I'm going to leave these poking off of here. So the one thing I am going to do is I am going to, all of these ones that are going to be poking out, I'm going to try and cut those as closely as I possibly can. I did cut these pretty close, but for those ones that are just sort of kind of sticking out here like this, I want to get those absolutely as close to those flowers as I can. Now, I don't usually worry about, you know, making sure I get right in there when I'm cutting something like this out, because usually it's okay to have that little bit or piece kind of hanging off. But in this case, I definitely want to get it as close to those flowers as I can, because I want it to look a certain way, and I want it to look finished and the way that it's supposed to look. And if I don't cut in real close to those flowers, it's not going to look the way I want it to. So I am just going to real quickly here get into those and make sure that they look exactly the way I want them to. I got to get these right here. And this. And I'm going to get into this flower, but not too close, because this one just has a single little stem, and I don't want to end up making that break off. And then right here, I guess I should have thought of this when I cut this out initially, but I wasn't thinking about the hangover pieces when I was cutting this out, because I was really intending on cutting these all up, and you know, but this one actually, the way that this sits on this butterfly, I like the way I can get this to kind of come down over that tail, and I think it's going to look really, really pretty like that. So that's going to be for that one. And then let's see, on the bigger piece of this one, I need to figure out how I want this to go. I think I'm going to go sort of like that. So I am also going to try and cut around some of these areas. Just a little bit. This one's pretty good, actually. There's just a couple of spots in here that I need to get in and sort of clean up just a little bit. And I think on this one, I think I'm going to come in close to the fluffier flower and cut off some of those little squirrely pieces that are in there. And I don't want to have any little pointy pieces where I don't need them. Look at how beautiful these flowers are, though. They really are gorgeous. Look at those. Okay, so that's going to go on that side. Or do I want to go like that? Actually, either way, it's going to look gorgeous. I think I'll leave that one right there for now, and maybe go with this sort of lighter floral one on the other side. Kind of like that. I am going to cut sort of in between some of these flowers here on this one and cut some of them off. And if I need to add, I've got these little single pieces here that I can add into it if I need to. So I think that's sort of what I'm going to do there. And then, like I said, I've got these little pieces here that I can just take and fill in some spots if I feel like I need to. So those are going to be awesome to have. I've got a bunch of different flowers there. So that's what I think I'm going to go with for now. And I am going to, you guys, I'm taking a risk here. I'm going to, no. First things first, I am going to put a layer of resin on these butterflies. I'm going to do 2 of them right now, and if I can't do the other 2 during this time frame, then I'll just do those later. But for now, I'm going to get these two going. And I'm just putting a very, very, very light coat of resin over this wing. And the one thing that Debbie mentioned when she was doing hers, and I don't know if I had mentioned it in my videos when I was doing these before, but these butterflies are made of, these white butterflies are made of a plastic material. I don't know exactly what they are, but it's a plastic, very, very thin plastic. And so that's what makes it so easy for me to pull these off of that plastic. And I'm going to pop this under my light for 30 seconds. And it makes it easy for me to pop it off the plastic and do the clear butterflies. But the thing of it is, sorry, I need to get a couple of my sticks out here so I can press that down so it doesn't get real curly. The resin does sort of pull away from the edges of that plastic. You got to work quickly to try not to get it to pull away too much. And now I've pulled this out. I did 30 seconds, and like I've shown you before, I am bending these wings because I don't want them to curl. And actually on this one, it went to the exact edges of these and it did not pull away. So next I'm going to do her body right here, and that will attach it to those wings. Just a light covering here. And you can kind of see where the two meet. That's okay, because we're going to be putting more resin over this, and it's all going to connect in the end. So we're not too worried about you know, any little bumps or ridges right there by the body. I'm not worried about that right now. Okay, so that's the big one, and now I'm going to put, okay, so these are for the big one. This is for the little one, and I'm going to start resining this little one as well. And I'm using the shiny side of the butterfly to put my resin on. And I'm sure you guys can see what I'm doing here. This is a process that I've gotten quite used to. I've done so many of these now that I've got it down pat. And I felt okay to do the resin today because I haven't been doing very much of it lately, just little bits and pieces here and there for stuff that I've wanted to try and put together that I just needed a little bit of resin to be able to do them. And so I haven't done anything big in a little while. Well, I guess I can't say that. I did do some hearts as well, but I did those actually several days ago. And right now I'm just using my little sticks to sort of flatten these wings out on this other butterfly. Let's pull her out. She's been under there 30 seconds. And see, it's very pliable. And then I am going to take and I'm going to resin her body. And I'm going to attach it to the wing. And on this one, I'm going to put it under the light like this, because I want her wings to go up. So we're going to do that right now and get her going. I don't want the wings too far bent. Just enough that, you know, she looks like she's flying. And so, and I'm going to make sure her wings are straight before they get too hard and I can't work with them. and put her back under the light. Okay, so this one's ready. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave that white piece on the back there. And I'm going to go ahead, this is going to go like this. So I'm going to take the sticker part off of this, and I'm going to hope it sticks. I think it will, because I'm going to be putting resin that is going to actually touch these flowers, but it's also going to touch the butterfly. So it will cover both parts, and I'm just going to lay that right there. And you can see how those flowers sort of come off the edge there. That's exactly what I want to do. And now we're going to take the tape, the backing off of this one. So this is just a tape, you guys. An amazing tape. I used some of these flowers. I'm going to use some of these flowers on a little birdhouse that I'm doing as well. I kind of tested them on that, and it's going to be so pretty. And this one, let me get that out of the way. I want to come off the wing as well. I just want to, it starts to suck up to that plastic. As soon as you touch it, it wants to suck right up to it. So I've got that sort of like that. And then I am going to take a couple of these pieces and remove their backings. Oh, this is going to be hard because this one's small and it's harder for me to hold on to. There we go. That's a really pretty flower. I don't know what kind of flower that is, but it's super pretty. Let's see, which way do we want to go with this one? I think I'm going to put that, you know what? I'm going to cut off that stem so that it can just be the flower sort of poking out from another flower. I think that will look better. And I'm going to put this one right here. Look at that. It just added so much to that, just that one little flower. And then I need one more flower or something to go sort of right here. I don't think that's going to work. This one's gorgeous. I think that... No, I don't think that's what I want either. It has to kind of go in the right direction. And that one will work. So this is the one we're going to use right there. If I can get it apart. This one's even smaller than the other one was. Oh my word. Okay, got it. All right, so this one we're going to have coming right out. How did I want to do that? Right from there. Okay, so that's what that looks like. And you guys, when this is done, it's going to be so gorgeous. And I know it kind of might look like sort of in the center, like a jumbled mess. That's okay, because we're not going to, the other butterfly is going to be covering that center there. So now, whoopsies, I flipped her over. You know what though? I do see, I feel like I want to put something out right there. I'm not going to use this entire flower, but I'm going to use a piece of this on that one edge there. And as you work with this tape, you get used to kind of how it how it behaves, and it gets a little easier to work with. Okay, so there we go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put resin, and I'm going to come out over these flowers as well. So that's our next step. And I'm just kind of going up to the edges of all of those flowers. And even if there's a little bit of the plastic hanging off there, that's okay. You know, on the edge of the flower, that's all right. I've cut them in pretty close, but some of them may not be as close as others, and that's okay. You might see a little bit of that, but that's par for the course. That's just, I've made other ones where there was, you know, a little bit of the plastic overhang, and that's okay. It's very sort of see-through and sheer, so it's not, it's okay. I'm just trying to make sure I cover it all. And in some places, it's rather difficult to see it. And I'm gonna pop this under my light real quick so I can see that I've got all of the edges here before I pop it under my UV light. Okay, so I'm just doing this wing first. And I'm going to put that under my light for 60 seconds. And now we'll do one side of this, or no, we're going to do the whole thing on this one. And just get that baby on there. Actually, you know what I am going to do? I'm going to cut this, and I'm going to put each side on its wing, and I'm going to, because that way I can control this a little bit better if I do it like that. So let me get the tape off of this one. I just think that's going to work out way better for me. And that way, I kind of wish I had done the other one that way too, because then the body of the butterfly is not covered, and I'm going to be able to go across that with my resin. And then I know that the resin's going to be on both parts, the butterfly and the tape, but that's okay. I have one little thing right there that I don't want, and I can't cut it off for the life of me. What in the world? There we go. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and tape this side on as well. And this one, whoops. Let's see. Whoops. Well, that's going there. And we will just attach this right there. And that's the way that side's going to look. And it's okay. Some of the butterflies sticking out there. This one I'm going to be able to, well, I think I'm still going to do one wing at a time, because I don't want the resin to start running into the middle of this and making a big blob. So I'm still going to do this wing first. And then I'll get the other wing. And the body. Okay, and actually I think I'm going to just go ahead and do the body right now. And we're going to pop that under there, sitting sideways so that that side's laying on the mat. and let that one go for 60 seconds. And now we're going to get the other side of this one and the body. This one I'm not as worried about because it's you know what? I think I'm gonna cut this piece out right there. Because this one doesn't have the bend in the middle of it, it's easier to work with. You know, I don't have to worry about everything flowing to the center of the butterfly and creating a big puddle. And that's why you don't want to do the one that is bent all together, because you will end up with a huge puddle right in the middle of your butterfly, and then you're going to have ooze going all over the place that you're going to have to clean up by clipping and sanding and all of that other stuff. So that is the reason, you guys, that I don't usually do the middle with the body, and I usually don't do it on the flat ones either. And that's also the other thing that it does, is it prevents the wings from wanting to curl up so much. So that one's going under for another 60 seconds, and now we can work on this one. And we're gonna do this wing. And then we're gonna cross our fingers, and hopefully everything's gonna come off of the white butterfly. If for any reason this does not come off, because these butterflies are different than the ones that I had, if for any reason it will not come off, don't worry, it's okay. We just have a white background on our beautiful butterfly, and we go from there. And it's okay. It's still beautiful. Okay, and let's put this sort of over the middle like we did the other side, and put her under the lamp. And this one, I'm going to bend back a little bit. I want to oh, darn it. I want to flatten out these wings while they're warm, because as long as this is still kind of warm, you can more easily work with it and get it flat. But the cooler it gets, the harder it is to work with. So now I'm just going to grab that white butterfly on the back side, and I'm going to, yeah, see, these are not peeling off as easily as the other ones that I had. Wow. Oh, and look what happened. Yeah, these are not the same as my butterflies that I had before at all. These are not even, these are not the same ones that I got. Not at all. These have paper in them, and they're not pulling apart. Oh, I am very disappointed in how this is not working. The resin is still, oh, I know what happened. The sticker on this side stuck. So now that's okay, because you see I still have the butterfly on that side. So that's okay. We're just gonna go ahead and we are gonna resin this on like nothing ever happened. We'll just put some resin under there and it will stick, because the lamp's going to get underneath there, and I don't have to put a lot of it under there. I just need to put enough to kind of set this on top. It doesn't have to be perfect, because this is going to stick, and we're going to hold it together right there, and it's going to be fine. So let me turn my lamp on. I'm going to hold this for a minute Yeah, that was weird. This did not work out the way it was supposed to. And you can see here on this side, I have a piece of her wing. I just realized that, so we'll get that back on as well. It's okay, because we're going to resin the back side of this too, and you're not even going to see that this thing broke or came apart at all, you guys. That's the beauty of resin. You can cover up any problems very, very easily just by using more resin, especially when it's clear and you don't have a bunch of other stuff on there. It will work out fine. I'm hoping this one's going to come apart a little easier. Now that I kind of know what happened, see, I've got to put this piece back on this side. And it's going to go right there. And actually, here's what I'm going to do this time. I'm going to lay it on there, stick it to that sticker, just like that. That's what it did. The sticker came off, but the sticker pulled away from the resin. So that's what happened there. So now I know the next ones that I make, what I will do is I will resin my butterfly, pull it off of the white part, the resin, and then I will put my stickers on and resin over the top of that. So I think that will be my solution. I think now it could just be that these butterflies that Debbie sent me are not, because they're not made the same as the other ones, they don't have the same ability to let go of the resin. So I'm going to set that down there. I'm going to try and flatten out my wing so that it's not curled up, and let that side get cured. So this is taking up a little bit more of my time, but in the end, I think everything should be okay. Now this one I'm worried about because this one is a little bit smaller, so I'm going to be extra careful as I peel this little guy off. So far, so good. No breaks. So this one's all together and good to go. I will put some more resin on the back side of this, and in fact I'm going to do that right now because you still have those stickers hanging over the edge, so those are going to be sticky on the back side if you don't cover them up. So you want to make sure you do the back sides of these, you guys, so that you're covering up any stickers that you have on there. And the same thing would go, well, for the rub-on decals, they don't hang over the edge. The way that those work is that even if they come off the edge of the butterfly, they won't, the part that's hanging off the butterfly won't stay. When you pull the back side of the rub-on decal off, it's going to break off right there at the edge of the butterfly. So it's not going to stay and hang over. Whereas these are tape, and there's no way for it to separate. It's not the same thing as a rub-on decal. So it works a little bit differently. Okay, so I've got that in there. I'm going to put some resin on the other side of the flat one. So this one may end up being a little bit less perfect, but that's how I learn. That's, you know, mistakes make for better projects in the future. So that's kind of the way I look at it. You know, if you don't make those mistakes, you don't learn from them, and you don't grow. So Right now, this is a growing moment, and I'm going to grow from this, right? Even though it's taking a little bit longer, it's okay. I'm a patient person, and I can do this. Okay, so I think I've got that all covered on the back side, and I'm going to lay that side under the light as well. Put it on for 60 seconds, and I'm going to flatten that wing out just like I did the other one, the other side. And the heat's on there again, so it allows me to easily flatten out that wing if it's got any kind of a curl in it. This is when I fix that. And now for the bent butterfly, we are going to do the other side on the back. Covering up all those stickers, or all the tape, I should say. So now I do know there's a big difference between the rub-on decals and the tape. The decals stick, or the decals come apart a little easier, and the tape tends to want to stick a little bit more. That's okay. I have a feeling this butterfly is going to be absolutely stunning and gorgeous. You guys are going to love it. So it doesn't matter. And I think I am going to, I think I'm going to cut one of these guys off, and I'll show you what I'm talking about in a second. One of my dangle charms, or dangle rhinestone pieces. Okay, so now we've got this one. This is our flat side. All ready to go. And I'm wondering, do I want to put one more layer? I feel like it's not super thick, and I really don't like these if I get them too thick. I feel like they're not as, they don't look as fine. You know what I'm saying? And this one, that flower is cut in half. That's okay. I don't really care about that, because I'm going to be putting something in the center of that butterfly as well. That's why I didn't worry about that when I was adding it onto, adding the sticker onto this one. I am going to nip off one antenna there, because we've got the antennas on the bottom piece, so we don't need it on the top too. And I'm debating on whether I really like these pieces sticking out here. I'm not sure. That's a little different for me. I'm not sure I love the pokey ones, but we'll see. We're going to go ahead and we're going to go for this. We're going to put some resin down the middle here. And I'm going to lay this under my lamp and put the other one on top. Let's see, making sure I can see where it's going and that it's sitting properly on there with the other one. There we go. And we're going to let that start to cure while I hold it in place. And the thing is I don't have it all the way under the lamp, so there we go. And now with that area between the wings on that top one, the light can get through that one and onto the next one, and it's perfect. Another thing that I could do if I wanted to cover up, maybe if I don't like that pokey stuff hanging off of the wing, what I can do with this is I can take this, or a piece of it, and I can just add that to the edge there. and change it up if I want to. And I can have just these kind of flowers instead of these pokey ones. You know, I can still lay them on top of those pokey ones and have those coming out behind, but then I've got other flowers coming through too. So if I want to change that, I can. I guess that's sort of the good thing about these, is that I can just add little pieces over the top and I'll be fine. I mean, I could add, you know, just another rose somewhere if I want to. I can keep adding to these as much as I like, and they're going to be good to go. You know, if I wanted to add that piece on there, that looks really pretty right there. I think this is an easy way to be able to build on it and just add a little more resin over the top, and you've got something that you really love. You know, just adding a few more roses and things. I will probably do that on this next one that I do. Okay, so for this one, I think I'm going to add this to the back side of it. So I'm just going to take some resin and put it right here, a nice little dollop, and I'm going to try and get this on here straight the way I know I want it to sit, and put my butterfly on top under my lamp. And I'm going to turn my lamp on and let that cook for a minute. And I'm just pressing it down onto that chain and hoping that it's going to stick. I feel like it's not sticking, but we'll see. I just need to put the brighter part of the lamp over the top of it a little bit more. Okay, and then let's see. Got some other flowers and things. I don't know. I hadn't even thought about what I wanted to put in the center of that. I don't know why, but I didn't. So let's see. Let's see if it stuck. And it did. So we're good there. Isn't that pretty? And then let's see what this looks like in the middle. That actually looks quite pretty, and with some flowers around it. Because this kind of gives me a little stable space to work with too. Even if you end up not seeing it much in the long run, it's going to give me a spot in the middle where I can attach things to. Otherwise, there's such a deep gully there that it's going to be hard for me to get anything stuck down. So we're going to use that to give us a spot to cling to. Just a couple of seconds, and then we can start adding some other stuff, and then I will give myself a little more time under the lamp to get it completely cured. One of those too. That might be pretty with those flowers. That. I don't think I have any more flowers like that little pink one that I have there. I do have some of my little aluminum ones. Not sure that that's what I wanted to use in here though. Let me grab my other little box that has a few more flowers in it that I can try and use. I could use these as well. Those would be pretty if I can find enough of the purple ones. I've got more of those. Looking to see if I have any more of the lighter purple little flowers. I'm finding a bunch of the dark purple ones, but not the light purple. And I know I've got both, but that would be so pretty on there too. Maybe I'll save that and put this on the next one. Okay, so this is ready. So let's go ahead and start adding our flowers and things. So let's see what these look like on there. Oh, those are pretty. Oh my word, that looks really good. And maybe a light purple one right in there somewhere. It's all gonna fall off because it's slippery. Something like that, or maybe I'll put 2 of those there. It'd be easier if they didn't want to slip off. I may put a drop of glue under these before I stick them under the lamp. Actually though, once I put the resin on, they tend to stay in place a lot better once the resin's underneath them. That one just does not want to stay. But I want to see what it looks like before I actually hook them in there and decide to go with this. I could put this sort of... Well, you guys, I think I'm just going to go for it. I think I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to make the decision and let these be. And I am going to put just a tiny drop of glue on these right there. Just so that I know it's going to stay in place. Well, the glue doesn't want to stick to it either. Now I've got a big old string. Okay, and then we'll put a little drop of glue on this one. We'll get it in there. This one, I don't think I'm going to put glue on. And what I'm wanting to see is what this piece here will look like, sort of next to that. Or do I want to go with something else? Nope, that's not what I want to do. think what I'll do is maybe take this light purple and put it right there. If I can get it up close to those, and maybe, I feel stuck again, you guys. This happens to me every single time, doesn't it? When I don't find that perfect little thing that I want to add, oh, look at how pretty that looks, you guys. Or I could take something like this and have it popping out from the bottom section, and that actually looks very, very pretty like that. I think I'm going to do that, and then maybe what I need to do is add one more of those flowers in the center. Let me bring you guys in just a little bit here so you can see a little bit better what I've got going on here. Okay. So is that too much in the middle like that? Maybe. I really don't want to use a paper flower though, you guys. I'm trying to stay away from using a paper flower. But I'm feeling like I may not have a choice. I've got these. Maybe if I clip a piece of that off, because it is kind of the right colors, and sort of have that come off like that, and then I don't think I'm going to like these flowers on there, but I'm going to test it anyway. Just in case. You never know. Sometimes you just never know. No, that is not what I want there. Now that looks pretty. That's where we're going. Okay, you guys, so let's get busy here. I'm going to drizzle some resin right in there because I need to get it to attach those roses, and I want it to attach that there, and this will get glued on afterwards, but for right now we're going to resin these items on there and get them secure. And then I'll put this piece on. We've got this, you guys. We've got it. And I only need a few seconds with that under there before I put the other pieces on, which is going to be this one. And I'm just going to pop some resin there. And we're going to have it go this way. Just like that. And I'm going to pop that under the light. Looking for one of these that Robin sent me. Okay, those are on there good enough for now. And now we're going to, oh, I do have this one paper flower that actually might look better than that silky one. I've got that, or I've got that. And actually, now that I've done it, I think I want this one. So I am going to glue that on right there so that it sort of pops up in the middle there. Just like that. And then I'm going to take, well, I am going to take one of these and I'm going to put that right in there, and it looks gorgeous, you guys. So let me pop that right in there. I don't think I want one on the other side. I think I'll be adding too much. Yes. So I'm going to hook that on, put her under the light for a minute, and we'll get this on there and we will be all done, you guys. For now anyway. Unless I decide to add some more of these little flowers that I have here. This one would be pretty in there. This one definitely would. Or I've got this little piece here too. I think I had two of those. Yeah, I've got two of these. Okay, good enough for now. I was gonna put this in here just to have something sort of poking out, but I don't know. I really don't think I need it now that I put that piece in there. Look at how pretty that looks. Isn't that gorgeous, you guys? It really is beautiful. Really beautiful. What I was thinking was, not that one. I may end up adding some additional flowers to this one. I don't know. I don't know though. It really is gorgeous the way it is, and it's different, although those are very pokey, and I feel scared about that. Maybe I'll just keep this one myself and do another one. This is going to go on the back upside down, sort of like that. So I need to get this figured out in the center here. Just like that. And I'm going to pop a little bit of glue right there. Press that down. And then I'm going to put resin. I don't need to put glue on both sides. I can just put the glue on the one side. And pop her back under the light. And I'm going to put her under there for 90 seconds this time. I'm just going to hold on to her for a second while that resin starts to cure, and then let her go. And then you guys, I always take, after I finish my videos, I always take and add, put my pieces under the lamp for another period of time, just to make sure everything is set and ready to go. But for now, I'm going to have to find my chain. I will put a chain on the top of this, And that is what she looks like, and she's beautiful. I love this, you guys. This was fun. I had to do it. I was excited about having those butterflies and being able to do another one, and I really, really, really like the way this one looks. That would be pretty added just right there with that gem. Just to have another shiny bit sticking out right there, that looks really pretty. I could also take and add another flower right there just to kind of break up the rhinestone bits and kind of pull the bottom to the top. That looks really pretty. In fact, I think I am going to add that right there. So I'm just going to add a little bit. Set that on top and put it under the lamp. And you guys, I also have my little bottle of resin. I'm not using it right now because I don't want to overuse it if I don't have to. Sherry gave me some great bonding resin for little things. And so I'm just trying to conserve that right now. So if you're wondering why I'm not using that, I'm not using it because I'm trying to conserve it. There's only a little bit in the bottle and I don't want to overdo it. So there we go. Okay, now we're really, really, really done. And I'm going to leave it at that. I have this little green flower though. I was going to put this green one in there. And that actually, that would be pretty right there. No, it wouldn't. It doesn't work right there. I really wanted to use that little green flower though. I did, but actually I am. I'm going to put that right there because I wanted the contrast of that green flower in here. I'm just going to add a little bit of, a couple of dots of resin around it. And there we go. That's simple. Okay, you guys. So anyway, I will pull it out in just a second. I want to say thank you guys for watching and for being a part of my channel. If you're not already subscribed, I hope you will subscribe to my channel to watch out for some of my future videos. I've got some great ones coming up that that I plan on doing, and I think you guys are really, really going to like them. And there you go, you guys. Is that not gorgeous? You can't see what it really looks like on that pink background. I'm going to back my camera off just a tad. Sorry, this is a wrinkled up paper towel, but look at that. Is that not gorgeous, you guys? I mean, it is absolutely stunning. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll get some really great pictures of this on the back end for you. But there it is in all its glory. I'm going to put a chain at the top of it, but I just don't have my chain out here in front of me. So I'm going to do that after the fact. But when I take the pictures, it will have the chain on it. And you can see what that looks like as well. But you all take care, and I'll see you soon. God bless you. Be safe, be well. Love your families. Hug them, squeeze them often. Tell them you love them every day if you can. And just be blessed, you guys. And I'll see you in the next video. Stay tuned for pictures on the back end. Bye-bye. God bless.